On Friday, August 4th, the Oakland Activity Association hosted its 4th annual Media Day at the Rochester Community Schools Administration Building. Coaches and players representing 22 of the 23 teams that make up the OAA Conference were on hand to meet with the members of the press to discuss the upcoming high school football season.
This event is just so special because, top to bottom, I think the OAA is the strongest football conference in the entire state. And look around, you got great student athletes, and you just have Hall of Fame coaches everywhere. And we're really proud of the OAA.
The Lake Orion Dragons were represented by first-year head coach John Blackstock, who brought 4 key players with him. Last year, the team went 5-5. I asked him how the Dragons can improve for the 2017-2018 season.
Our league has improved from top to bottom. You used to be able to look at the schedule and, kind of pick out a couple of teams, 3-4 teams that you'd say, those are wins. Of course, you still had to play well, but you knew they were going to be wins. And now you look down that 9-game schedule, and there's not one week that you can say, that's a win, because the coaching has improved dramatically over the years, and the athletes have improved.
Your schedule is tough this year. You got Chippewa Valley to open up. Explain the schedule.
It's a tough one, but our kids are excited about that. They themselves have said, we wouldn't want people to say this is one of the easier schedules Lake Orion has had. That's not the kind of kids we have. They're excited about the challenge.
The OAA Red Division is made up of Lake Orion, Oxford, Adams, Southfield Arts and Tech, Clarkston, Athens, Bloomfield Hills, and West Bloomfield. I had a chance to talk to the coaches Lake Orion will be facing this season. What's up with the defense?
We're just not stopping the big play. We're giving up the long. You cannot give up the big play. You cannot do that, and you are right. We have not played good defense in the last 2 years. We got to pick that up, or we're going to find ourselves behind the 8 ball again. Defense wins championships.
What are your expectations this year, Coach?
Win.
Let's look at your team this year. Of course, you do return a lot. You got Mike Flugel back. You do return your the strength of your team is your offensive line, defensive line. Noah Nicklin, Spencer Newblatt, linebacking core solid. But you got an interesting question at quarterback. Either Jake Jensen or Jacob Berman starting. What's your thoughts about that?
Actually, it's probably going to be Nate Ubali.
Nate Ubali.
Right now, he's the leader in the clubhouse. Jake is right there. So those two are battling it out, and 7-on-7s are 7-on-7s. We'll find out in the next couple of weeks who's the man that'll open in the big house.
Let's look at it. Of course, you got a new quarterback now. Of course, Zach Solden's your quarterback now. Of course, you had a very good quarterback last season, 4-year starter. Now he's moved on. Now you got a new quarterback. So talk about that.
Well, Zach's worked his butt off. He's played behind Kyle. I think he's ready for the challenge. We also have a really good sophomore named Carter Ferris that's been competing for that job as well. So we're not ordaining anyone a successor to Kyle Wood yet, but both those guys I feel very comfortable with.
You look at it, how is it going from year 1 to year 2?
Year 1 to year 2 is good. We still have our participation numbers up. We have 150 kids in the program right now, not including our freshmen, which will get those numbers more accurate in the next couple of weeks. But we're just looking forward to having all those kids out. They've been working hard all summer, even with how high school football is now with a lot of the kids traveling on bus tours and things like that. We've had a steady flow of kids in practice, working hard, lifting weights, just really getting at it to get prepared for the season.
Blackhawks last year, undefeated season, the blue. You got a lot of experience back, of course. Talk about your team this upcoming year.
I think it starts with the quarterback. We got the quarterback back, and I've always said no matter what type of offense you run, when you got the quarterback back, you bring that leadership back in, the experience of handling the ball the entire game. We got the linebackers back on defense, which gives us leadership and experience there, and I think great senior leadership, which can carry through the whole season.
Big moves this year for the Lakers, of course. You added a lot of transfers, so talk about the transfers.
We've got a lot of kids that have come in. They've worked really hard. They've kind of bought into what we want to do. They've been dedicated, and we just hope that they can help us get to where we want to go, which is kind of take that next step, not first in the league and then hopefully in the playoffs.
All these guys up here, these are my guys that came back. As you know, we fought in every single game last year, but it was tough. It was a tough year. We were very, very young, but we're bringing everybody back. We got a lot of juniors that are coming back with a lot of speed. So I'm hoping to, those games that we fought hard for about 3.5 quarters, I'm hoping to finish those bad boys in the fourth quarter and take care of business. So.
The Red Division is the kiss of that division this year when you look at it. Of course, you have some very good teams in that division with West Bloomfield, Rochester, Adams, Oxford, Clarkston, Southfield Arts and Tech, Lake Orion, and Troy Athens. It's not an easy league at all. And when you look at it from a Dragons perspective, they do have a very tough schedule. They open up the year at Chippewa Valley later in August. In Rochester, I'm Sammy Taormina, ONTV News.